welcome back to another video today here on the channel. If you are listening to this, welcome back to another episode of Your Ball Was Out podcast, presented by Phil from Tweener Head Tennis. This is where we give you exclusive, untold stories, news, and perspectives on the game of tennis, and we are back with another Future of Tennis episode. That's what we're calling this segment. We really haven't found the right name for it, but again, we are trying to give you up-to-date news on who to look out for in the junior game and names that you should be watching out for in junior and college tennis as well. So let's just jump right into the episode. Again, if you are new to this channel, if you're listening to this, make sure to rate us 5 stars on any of your podcast platforms. And if you're watching this on YouTube, welcome. Make sure you're subscribed with notifications turned on. Now, with these, we look down on our computer a lot. I like to give you guys that heads up beforehand so that way it doesn't look like I'm just avoiding eye contact with you guys, but still wanted to bring you the best content for you guys to this channel and to this podcast as well. So let's just jump right into it. So last week we had the Herr Championships hosted by the IMG Tennis Academy, the infamous IMG, where it was Bollettieri's academy, now it's IMG Academy. We had and to clarify, when we talk about these juniors, we stay in the age categories of 16 and 18s because they are in their transition period to either going into college or they're going straight pro. So starting with the 16s category for the guys and girls, we had Janseo Jang from South Korea, who was the number one 14-year-old player who won the 16s category this past year. And he was on the, I want to say, Felix from the Tennis Brothers channel. Really good player, a lot of promise, and already winning the 16 and under category as a 14-year-old. Unbelievable stuff. For the girls, we had Adelina Iftime, the 11 seed, UTR 9.3. She beat the number 1 seed, Rose Biria, and the number 7 seed, Samrutha Jawaharlal. And I'm so sorry if I mispronounce these. So we're just trying to find... I'm just going to apologize in advance for mispronouncing names. So we had Janseo Jang from South Korea winning, and we had Adelina Iftime win from the 16 under categories for the boys and girls category. Now into the 18s. We're going to start with the boys. Jordan Lee. We talked about him on one of the previous podcasts and videos here on the channel. He was on the U.S. Junior Davis Cup team that won this past year, and while he did play, we couldn't really find information about him doing our research last time, but Jordan Lee came into this tournament as a wild card, ended up winning and beating everyone, and he defeated the Bulgarian Dimitar Kisimov, and Kisimov beat the 11 and 5 seed on his way to the final, and Jordan Lee is an absolute baller. Kid's unbelievable. We can't wait to see what he can do next. A lot of hype around him. I know Nate has done a video on him from Not Your Country Club, talking about Jordan, and Jordan, I think I said this in the previous episode as well, he is well known in the U.S. tennis world, so it's awesome to see him get that recognition and to see him play this well. It's unbelievable to see what he can do, and his game style, is really good and a lot of fun to watch. So congratulations to Jordan for doing that. On the girls' side, Kristina Litova defeated the number 5 seed from Serbia, Anastasia Keckovic. And what I didn't realize coming into this was this girl, Kristina Litova, found success earlier this year winning the J300 in College Park, Maryland as a qualifier, and was going to have to play next week's Orange Bowl as a qualifier as well. But it looks like she's going to get a main draw entry into the junior tournament next week, which is kind of wrapping up the big tournaments this year. She's already playing... Christina's already playing main draw events for women's ITF tournaments, and she's winning qualifiers and making main draws, and she's already an 11-3 UTR, which is kind of crazy to say. Winning the girls' 18s for Herr, this girl is someone to look out for. I wonder how many coaches are DMing her. I can't even say that. I wonder how many coaches are reaching out to her. And it's crazy to see this level from her as well. And as an 11-3, you have to ask, already playing pro tournaments as well, if she's going to go straight to college or she's going to go straight to the pro circuit. I mean, winning her second J300 event of the year, College Park, and now Eddie Herr, there's a lot of promise here, and definitely one to look out for coming into this. And I genuinely think this is going to be one to watch, especially with the UTR rating that she has now. It's already putting her on the top number one spots for a lot of D1 programs, and definitely, I mean, what else can you say about her? She beat the number 4 seed before beating Anastasia Kichkovich at this tournament. So it's going to be interesting to see what she's going to do when her next move is. It's going to be a lot of fun to follow her career coming into this. So definitely look out for Christina. Congratulations to both Jordan and Christina for winning the 18 and under category at Eddie Herr. Now, we have the Orange Bowl starting next week as well. That's kind of wrapping up the winter big events for junior tennis in at least on the ITF and USTA level here in the United States. And that's going to be another one that we're going to recap next week. I will say for the boys' side on the 18s, both the 1 and 2 seeds lost before the quarterfinals. The girls as well. So it was interesting to see how open the draw was for Jordan and Christina to win, but it was still really cool to follow. I do wish, though, that they did have live streaming, and when you have these big academies that host, or these big venues that host all these junior tournaments, I'm surprised that they don't do live streaming or they don't do more with it. I know for the girls' nationals, and Girls Nationals, I know Cracked Racquets did a live stream for it, but I'm surprised that for these as well, like ITF, big ITF level tournaments, that they don't do more for these tournaments and giving them more exposure. And when you have academies like IMG that have a lot of pull, that have a lot of kids that sign with IMG early to help them with their junior and future pro career, I'm surprised that they don't do more with it. I know we had a couple social accounts on the ground. We had Nate from Not Your Country Club there. We had Tennis Legend, a French social media tennis, been around for a while. They were there as well, shooting some video that collabed with the IMG Tennis Instagram account. But, I mean, you have all these players that are involved internationally coming to these events, and yet they don't have live streaming. I would say it's a issue that needs to be solved, especially if we're trying to grow the game, which we're all trying to do, and what I'm trying to do with this. So I would love to see more of that, but I don't know how much access people have when it comes to live streaming and just getting a lot of full match video. I know Zoo Tennis, which is definitely the go-to junior news source for a lot of these events, is definitely one to look out for. And if you don't subscribe to her email blasts, she does daily ones, which are awesome, and where I get a lot of news source as well. So definitely look out for that, Zoo Tennis. But yeah, I mean, it just starts with streaming, and you have to do something about that, especially when you have that big of a. Again, I'm saying the same thing, but IMG needs to start streaming these events, because it would be really cool to see that live, at least for people to watch as well, and people being able to see the level of presentation and product that they're able to develop, especially with their collaboration with ITF and their international tournaments as well. Like I said before, Orange Bowl starts next week, which is another big one. A lot of players, big name players, have won that tournament. Coco Gauff is the first name that comes off the top of my head, and a lot of Americans that are on tour right now have played Orange Bowl, so definitely look out for that one. We'll do our recap next week on next week's episode. Coming into the junior Paribas of the week, there are two, at least on the men's side, and maybe one more that I'm going to currently look up on my phone right now and doing some live research, to say the least. There's three. I'll say that. There's three, two men, one female, one. Let's start with the female one while I have it up on my phone. We have Ella McDonald, an 11 UTR, who's verbally committed to LSU women's tennis. LSU women's tennis, I mean, this girl, 20 years old, ITF junior, career high of 8 in the world for ITF junior rankings, career high of singles for the WTA Tour, 352, winning 16 pro titles. What? And she's joining in the spring of 2026, which means that she's probably going to play the team events this year. And wow, another unbelievable pickup. Just adding to the lineup that LSU has with Kayla Cross, Cadence Brace, now Ella McDonald. Unbelievable. So that's just huge. Two others as well going on to the men's side. We're going to start with Aryan Shah to Wake Forest, 20 years old, 13.86 UTR rated, career high of 39 in the world in ITF junior rankings, top 400 in ATP singles, 3 pro titles from India, committed to Wake Forest. Tony keeps adding more and more to this team, and having someone like DK Suresh on that team as well, and DK still playing for Wake, this is an unbelievable pickup from him, and he's eligible for the spring of 2026. That's a huge one as well. Definitely one to look out for. And then on the other signing that's going to impact the competition for the team title this year, and it's got to be Virginia signing a former junior number 1 again, Andreas Santa Marta Rog, a former junior number 1 on the ITF Tour, joining for the spring of 2026. Won 7 junior ITF titles, including Eddie Herr and the Orange Bowl. I mean, Virginia just keeps picking up. These two programs can literally pick anyone they want out of the junior rankings and go, yep, we're going to get you, we're going to get you, we're going to get you, and just bring them onto the team, and they'll fit seamlessly. I mean, first Rafa Hadar and now Andreas. Virginia, and with Jack Kennedy coming in, I believe next year, it's unbelievable. Jeez, you really can't make this stuff up with how good these players are and them choosing college tennis over going pro. And it's just a testament to how good college tennis is becoming with the amount of talent that's coming in. We just need to do our part in sharing all of this and bringing in more money for the sport and bringing in more attention to them. Because when you have top talent that competes with the pros week in, week out on the challenger level, and they're still in college, I mean, Hodar's in the top 200. Zhang is he's definitely gonna play qualifiers for the Australian Open. I mean, come on. Why wouldn't you watch college tennis? You have these guys coming to college for a reason. It's unbelievable. Come on. On the college, now moving on to the college side, fall college has kind of wrapped up. The biggest competition is the Masters U BNP Paribas Showdown, with 8 countries competing with university players from around the world. We had, who did we have from the U.S. competing? We had Reese Brantmeyer, Valerie Glosman, Nick Kotzen, Aiden Kim. We had one more. I believe we had one more. But those are the 4 big names that played for the USA. They played the United Kingdom in the finals, and United Kingdom ended up upsetting the U.S., stopping a 6-peat, I believe. That's what I have down. Ended a 5-year streak of USA dominance. United Kingdom actually ended up beating the men in singles, but the women came back to win both their singles matches, and then it came down to mixed doubles, where Sophia Johnson, former Old Dominion player and Intense League tennis player, and her partner, I believe it was James Connell, from former Florida State player, beating the U.S. in mixed doubles to claim their first, definitely not their first, but definitely stopped the U.S. from six-peating. Unbelievable. So shout out to the UK for winning that. And yeah, U.S. came up short, but still really cool to see that level of competition being so high at something like this. Again, another event where I don't think is, I wouldn't say publicized enough, but definitely not talked about. I know the ITA does a good job of talking about it in terms of results. I didn't see that much else in terms of video unless it was from a player or a coach that was at the event there. This is supposed to be the university games. It's like the university games, but just for college tennis. It's supposed to be a big event, and I feel like there was live scoring that you could follow, which was what I was doing for most of the time, but no live streaming. Again, doesn't. For me, I mean, this is just my opinion. It doesn't take that much to live stream anymore. You can literally do it through your phone on YouTube. You can do it on Instagram. You can do it on TikTok. You can do it on X/Twitter. You can do it on all these platforms for free with just a phone and a charger. And if you really want to do that and to get more people engaged, that's a easy way of doing it. And when you have a product that you're trying to promote, you have to get people engaged with it, and streaming is a big part of it. And like I said with IMG, it's like it doesn't take that much. So, I mean, shout out, congratulations to the United Kingdom for winning the Masters U BNP Paribas Showdown. That was our weekly recap of junior and college tennis. There wasn't that much else going on with that, with junior and college tennis. So that's our episode. For takes, as the time I'm recording this, I'm going to the Garden Cup in New York. So stay tuned for that video. I'm going with a friend tonight. So make sure to stay tuned to that. Make sure you're subscribed. Check out the YouTube channel for that video. I'm trying to plan some trips for our college tours, to say the least. But I probably won't put out a video like this during the week of Christmas. Maybe one after the week of Christmas, but we'll see depending on what's going on in terms of tennis. We got people already talking about the 2026 season, which is scary to say in that regard. But yeah, that's the episode. No Tweener head take today. Hope you guys did enjoy this episode. Make sure to give us a 5-star review on all podcast platforms. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you are subscribed with notifications turned on. And we'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you guys so much for watching/listening. And we'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Thanks, guys.